Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking the Haydens. I'm Car Boot Chris and here's Bargain Bell. As you can see,
everyone was expecting me to be gone again today.
Were they?
Yeah.
The camera's a bit high, hang on a second. That's better.
Because I'm a snowflake.
You're a snowflake, yeah. Well, you are a bit, aren't you? She's burped again. You dirty bastard. Oh. She burped. It's worse than a fart. I mean, for God's sake.
I'm a bit windy today.
Stop it. You're not having that fucking drink. How can I put it? Out of harm's way. Less gas. Anyway, how are you all? Nice introduction to the show, Annabelle. Fucking burping, you dirty bastard.
Oh dear.
Can't take her anywhere. Crying out loud. Anyway, welcome back. It's our weekly show, 8 p.m. every Monday night, and we do a bit of reselling chat and other bits and bobs, whatever we want to talk about. Now, what I thought I'd do this week is, I know everybody normally says hello in the chat. Well, just for a change, just put in the chat where you are in the world. So put your town or your city and your country if necessary. And let's see where everybody is, because we know the names, but we don't always know where people are.
Don't we promote not to tell people that?
What, the city?
Don't tell strangers where you live.
The city, yeah, because, I live in Manchester. There's only 2 million people live here.
Narrows it down.
Okay, anyway, let's see who's in first. Before we get on with the show. Dave Repairs is here. We've got Tori and Leanne. Kitan. We've got LB Retro Bill. And who else do we have? We've got Rosie's in tonight. We've got James says he's only popping in because football's on you. You're the snowflake. Get this on in the background. Who else? We've got Carl Phillips. Hi, Carl. We also have Antoinette Daly. Don't forget, put in the chat where you are in the world. We've got Gary the Goat Jazz. And we've got Oliver Ian. All right, Steve. Let's see who else we've got. See if we can get to the bottom super fast. Stu Mandry's here. Hi, Stu. And happy birthday as well. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. It's his birthday this week.
Ooh, you get our high-tech balloons.
Yep. John at YLM. We've got the Monkey Thrifter. Charlotte's here. Hi, Charlotte. No, I very rarely buy the England shirts anymore, to be honest with you. They're a bit of a rip-off, aren't they? I'd rather buy my team shirt than the England shirt, and I quite like wearing the retro tops anyway.
Yeah, I can tell by the light.
This has never been washed.
Colour.
This has never ever been washed since 98 or something. Tea cakes, high tea cakes, Bills and Moon, and we've also got
Charlotte Thomas.
I've already done Charlotte.
Says she's from Royston.
Oh,
That's what happens when you skim over.
sorry.
Antoinette says she's from Essex.
Oh yeah, I am skimming over, aren't I? I was just looking for new people.
Apparently, I've got a weird laugh. I've got a witch's cackle, apparently.
Okay, so Essex, we've got Royston, we've got Barnstable.
Winchester.
Oh,
A
yeah?
bit of Winchester. Dean Winchester. Worcester.
Oh, I knew she was going to do that. Worcester, you're constantly saying we need Worcester sauce all the time. Oh, got to get Worcester sauce. Can you get that big bottle of Worcester sauce?
Shropshire. Sunderland.
Oh, Sunderland.
East Hertfordshire. Ellesmere Port. Castleford, West Yorkshire.
You missed rugby.
Where?
Oh, sorry, it's on Facebook. Nailian is in rugby on Facebook.
What have we got? Fleetwood.
Fleetwood Mac.
That near Blackpool.
Yeah, I think so.
Waterlooville.
Not far from Portsmouth.
Independent Republic of North Yorkshire. Sunny Manchester. Mr. YLM. What's that? Droitwich. Is that Droitwich Rock City?
So Tori says, Gary, I always had you down as a northerner. Just move this camera a bit because Annabelle's in the curvy bit at the end, which means her head goes all skew with.
Oh, that's all good.
So
you can carry on with your hellos now. Did you say hello to Vincent Lees?
I don't know who's said hello and who's saying where they live now, so I'll just do where we live.
Well, Vincent Lees, you've got the Bounty Hunter. He's from Kings Norton.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
All right.
Left-handed is with us. Monkey Thrifters from Queensbury.
Oh, okay.
In Bradford. Catan said thanks for the ding dong prize.
Nice one. Glad you got it.
Chris said thank you for the cookie card. Again, wondered what the hell was coming.
Told you to keep your expectations on the floor, Chris.
Catan's from Thetford in Norfolk.
Ah, Norfolk.
Matt Sells Stuff has joined us. JJ has joined us.
Leeds, Yorkshire. There's a lot of people from Yorkshire, isn't there?
There's a lot of Yorkshire folk.
You could, for all those in Yorkshire, you could have a proper meet-up.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. There's lots of you from Yorkshire. Okay, I'm at the bottom.
Yeah, and Kathy is.
Hi, Kathy. Okay, so we're going to do some of the surveys that I've been sharing tonight. And then we're going to just see where the show goes, because I did a little survey. What are you doing?
Cookie's trying to make a bed on that towel.
Oh. Cookie digging a hole. I quite like doing these little surveys on YouTube, and it seems to be good to generate discussion on the live show. So I did a survey about Scran. Which of us has the boot sale Scran?
As in food.
The survey said.
Yes, dear. Now,
Why'd you say it like that?
Scran, that's Scran
That's what I mean. I
it's a
didn't know,
Manc
but I didn't
phrase.
know if you turned it into a reselling term. But you mean just like
Just
food
food.
at a boot sale?
Yeah. I tell you what prompted me to do this little survey was, I think I saw Flipping Sloth post something on Instagram. He was at a boot sale and a big fat hot dog, like a massive it looked big anyway. And it just made me think, I was thinking, oh, who actually eats the food at a boot sale? You know, like 6 in the morning and you see people getting burgers and stuff. I don't know whether it's a usual thing for...
I'd well have a bacon butter.
Well, but that's different. That's a breakfast food. But chips...
But they never do gluten-free bread.
Oh, no, they wouldn't, would they? Chips and burgers and hot dogs and stuff. So I don't know if you saw it, but if you've not seen these surveys, I've been putting regular surveys out on the community channel thing. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll see the surveys, so go and sub. So I put this in. Do you dabble in the old boot sale early morning scran? And here are the results. Now, 58% of people said no chance. Who eats this stuff at this hour? So most people don't. I must admit, I'm not a fan of it. It's too early in the morning, really, for that stuff. Now, 21% said they're okay with just a hot drink, so tea, coffee, hot chocolate, or something. 15% said a burger at 6 a.m. is perfect. 5% said hot dog at 7, why not? And 1% said chips at 8, what's wrong with that? So let me know in the comments.
That's like having chocolate before 9.
Do you lot actually go and have burgers and hot dogs at that time in the morning at boot sale?
Steve Jackson says, yeah. Can't beat a double cheese and bacon burger at 7 o'clock. Catan's like us, he takes a packed lunch. We'd take a packed lunch.
You wuss. I wouldn't. I've never taken a packed lunch to a boot sale.
We would.
I would if it were a day out, but...
Dave says, me love 2 p.m. hot dogs at a booty.
Ah, now that's different, Dave, because that's afternoon. So maybe I should have been more... Oh, I did put early morning scran. But yeah, if it's an afternoon, I'll have it. But I'm thinking specifically about those early morning boot sales.
Kathy's got the right one. Mackie's egg butty on the way.
Ah, yes.
That is an
exception.
Is good.
Yeah, definitely. I would do that.
Tea cakes. Yeah, double steak, burger, cheese and onions. Ooh, £4.50 sets.
I don't know how you can eat that at that time in the morning. I really don't.
Yeah, but to be fair, when would we eat that anyway?
I would have a burger.
I've never seen like double steak burger.
Oh, a steak burger, right?
I've never seen you eat something like that. Tory bacon butties, that's not a breakfast food, that's an anytime food. That is very true.
True, yeah, definitely.
That is very true.
$2.50 for plastic burgers. Northern Reseller says, I didn't vote, but I only ever get food if it's quiet and people are still waiting to... Yeah, true. Fair enough.
Jane says, who you calling a snowflake? That shows he's not watching live.
Ah, he's still watching. That's good.
Chris Tyler, 1% was Krillin.
Possibly.
Stu says, I don't eat carb boot burgers for the same reason I don't lick toilet seats.
Nice. Classy. Charlotte says, hot dog on the way back. 2 coffees before I leave. And I'm good.
Well, we tend to take a breakfast bar and a coffee and a tea,
like
a travel cup.
A travel cuppy thing, mug thing.
That's our little routine, isn't it? But I would definitely eat a McDonald's.
JJ says, by the time it's 9 a.m, happy for a burger.
Well, yeah, because when you've been up from 5, 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's like lunch, isn't it? Yeah, I can understand that.
No, I bought a burger 3 weeks ago, stone cold, and cost me £3.
Carl says bacon, sausage, and egg about 6:30.
James says, I won't even have a tea or coffee, never mind food, as you don't always have toilets at a car boot. That is true.
Peter Raisin, if I'm going to eat burgers with onions at a car boot sale, it has to be when I'm finished buying around about 8:30, 9. Yeah. You don't want to waste your sourcing time, do you, with burgers? Have it at the end. That makes sense.
I don't know where you're up to. Catan says you have to keep your tummy clean from crappy food. You don't want to be running to the on-site loos. They're not nice.
Yeah, that is true.
Sadly, I only have to have a caffeinated coffee, and that's a priority for me.
Sue says if selling a booty, it's a packed lunch. Yes. Yes, you got it.
Chris Tyler says when I eat, I get lethargic. I only have a drink. Sausage, egg, macadamia. I'm surprised not more people have said McDonald's, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't, well, yeah, it wasn't in the question that I asked, but it does make sense.
We like a nice paper plate of freshly made pakoras to share when we go around the car boot by the Belfry Golf Course. That sounds nice.
Mm. Okay, so there you go. That was one of the questions that I asked. We'll do some more surveys in a minute. Let us know if you've got any questions or comments about anything, and we can always chat about whatever you like. You know why? Because, actually, no, let's do this one now. Let's do this one now because I'm on a roll.
Our survey said...
So I asked, I hope you like the new Ditty, by the way, the new VT. I asked a question. Here it is. If you watch our live Monday night show, yes, what is your preference? A clear structure and segments to keep it moving, or just go with the flow and see what happens? And guess what? 73% of you said just go with the flow and see what happens. So that's what we're doing this week. Oh.
If you would watch our live Monday night show, what's your preference? Clear structure, just go with the flow. You know why? Because they're so used to us cocking up that they're just waiting.
There's never a real structure, is there?
They're just waiting for something to happen anyway.
So I thought, let's just go with the flow and let's do some of these surveys, get some chat going. But I do have an oh no to do as well, though. I'm keeping some level of structure. Apparently there's a goal somewhere. The Swiss have scored. Peter A says, around my local boot, they have the usual burger van. Also, they have Greek food and healthy stuff. Oh, that's different, isn't it? I mean, it makes sense because, to have some decent food, because there's a lot of, especially at the big ones, there's a lot of sellers there, and they'll all, if they haven't brought up at lunch, they might want food.
One thing you are always drawn to is if someone's got a cake stall.
Cake stalls are good. I like cake
if
stalls.
Someone has a cake stall, you're guaranteed
or
to
pick a
come back
mixed
with
stall.
A flapjack or something.
Yeah, I normally do. Gives you a bit of a sugar boost, doesn't it? It's 5 seconds actually, Dave. I like making them. I like doing it. It's just a bit of fun in it, and it's really annoying after a while. So the more times I press that button, the better.
Night's Life has joined us. And
Hi, Richard.
Fix it for reselling.
Hello, welcome to the show.
James says he went to a car boot sale on Sunday, opened at 7, people were buying at 5:30. I was there 5:50, defo going early again. Got way more bargains this time around. It opened at 7. How were people buying at 5:30?
Because sometimes they have these times and then the organisers don't stick to them. Tori needs help. Ideas for a birthday present for my 83-year-old dad.
Now, Tori, that would be an easy question if we knew what your dad liked.
Yes, good point. The best idea I can give you is go check out Movie Fusion on eBay. You'll find some amazing gifts in there.
We can send him a signed picture of Chris if you like.
I've got plenty of cycling jerseys. I'm sure we make use of one of them. Question is, it's a great question, Leanne. It's something I was going to mention this evening. Is anyone planning on adding a video to their listings on eBay. Because there has been a recent announcement that they are going to add the option for videos, a little bit like Depop do. A short video. I don't know how long it's going to be. I can't remember what the details were, but it's a positive move, I think, from eBay. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. So let us know what you think about the video function that they're going to add, so that you can have photos and a video.
Tori has said that he does nothing much anymore. He watches TV, but not very tech savvy. What about like a...
Thank you, Katana. Appreciate that.
Like a Google...
Would he use like an Alexa thing?
Something he can speak to.
That, would he speak to it? And
yeah, my mum's not very tech savvy, but since we put her Alexa Google thing in, I don't think she gets up. She literally just asks Google everything. She's suddenly become very knowledgeable.
I've already looked. Record player with records. It's a nice idea.
Flat cap.
Question from Chop Chop. If you had a really close customer, would you I've had this before. Would you hand deliver and keep the postage, or refund the postage, or just post it? Right. I had one literally. It's around here, wasn't it?
Sure.
It was literally in Modbury. And the chances of that are like 1 in a billion.
Obviously not.
1 in a million then, right? So I messaged him and I said, if you want to come and get it, I'll refund you your postage. And he replied, yeah, sure. So he came and collected it, and that's what we did. I refunded the postage. So it's worth asking, isn't it? It's worth asking them.
Mm-hmm. And you've obviously had nothing else that he wants to buy off you since.
Yeah, I know.
James has said that there's no fences. It's a football stadium, so it's a free-for-all, so they can't keep people out.
Oh, right. Okay.
Dave says, yes, video, but need info on how to do it.
What?
You asked people about what they thought about the video.
I'm surprised they're going that long with it, Leanne. 3 minutes. Blimey. That's long. I thought it'd be like 30 seconds max.
Goat Jess says, have you sold any of your cycling jerseys since the Tour de France started?
When did I didn't even know it had started. When did Tour de France start? I'm selling them on a regular basis, Gary. I think I've sold 2 today, maybe. Sold 3 at the weekend. Yeah, they're selling pretty well at the moment. Time of year, I guess. I didn't even think about Tour de France. I didn't even know it was on, Gary. That's how stupid I am.
Kitan says he's done a few videos already, but it's an external link as per eBay's policy at the moment. But we'll take that on board if it's part of the normal listing.
Interesting. I might have a closer look at it.
Kathy's wanted to add videos before. Oh, it looks like he's got an Alexa. He got one that was last year's present.
See, it was a good idea though, wasn't it?
Janet Wyland says Lonnie in the US has used videos on eBay to display items working.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Vincent Lee reckons it should have been introduced a long time ago.
I'm guessing, because there's millions of users of eBay, isn't there? Millions of sellers. They've got to make sure that any videos that get uploaded are appropriate, and I would imagine the storage of such videos could be an issue as well, because it's going to take up a lot, isn't it?
Leanne said, can someone clever do a YouTube video on how to make one and upload to eBay, please? I think she's hinting at you.
60-second video.
Yeah.
I need to check myself. I've not even looked at the process. But yeah, we'll look at it at some point.
Ray says if your dad likes watching TV, I've got 600 DVDs to get rid of. Still trying to get rid of them.
Maybe get him a hoodie from Cookie and the Haydens.
I was going to do an afternoon tea.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I took an offer which was slightly low, but accepted it as he was local, and I would deliver it and include the postage, but he hasn't paid. This was Saturday. Oh, it started Saturday. Yeah, I mean, I've had some sales over the weekend and today of cycling tops, so it could be due to that.
Oh, that's a nice idea, Tori, from Charlotte. A hamper of all his favourite things done to films and his favourite sweets, biscuits, hankies, photos in a frame. Always a winner. I like things with a personal touch like that.
Yeah, cars is a big one.
What do you mean?
For use of videos, it's good because you can walk around the car and show the car any defects and stuff.
TK bought a cycling jersey, your influence. Got it home, it was a pile of shite.
£10
with wind behind it.
What? I don't get it. It's a joke.
Yeah, basically they need rubbish.
Oh. If I want to mine tea cakes, mine are better. I only list quality jerseys. There you go. So we've had plenty of suggestions there. I'm going to do an oh no. So we have got a bit of structure to the show. Hang on a minute, I need to take that off. Put Gary's up. Sorry, Gary, you'll have to watch back. Here we go.
Oh no.
Right. Now, I told this story. What are you doing? What?
Okay, carry on.
It looks white on there.
No, it's fine.
It's not white underneath because I don't. It's reversible.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was looking at.
It's the reversible version.
Yeah.
Look.
Because Aaron Patrick had put that he loved the top as a kid. He used to reverse it back and forth all the time.
I don't like the other side.
To try and keep it out of the wash.
Yeah. I don't like the other side. It's filthy on the inside. It's disgusting. You could probably get in. Yeah. If I get my nail on it.
Oh, stop! That's gross.
Right, listen. I've got to do this. Oh no.
Go for it.
Now, I told Annabelle about this, and I had a bit of a ding dong. Yeah, not a bell one, but a bit of a ding dong at the Hermes drop off, at my regular drop off shop. Basically, there's a member of staff in there, an older guy, Grumpy, I call him now, and he was in the shop when I was doing a drop off, and basically, I went in one evening with a load of parcels, and he was tutting a bit. He was like, "Oh, got a lot to do tonight. Lot to do. It's not a great time to drop them off." I just ignored him. I just dropped him off in the same way. I put them on the side, and I let them scan it when I've gone. Trust them to deal with it properly. So he was grumbling. That's fine. Next time I went in, 2 days later. Yeah, 2 days later. On Friday, I go in again, another couple of bags, good number of parcels. Oh my God. He was like, why do you keep coming in at this time? I'm like, I lost my temper a bit, right? And you know why? Because I spoke to the boss of the shop when I first moved here, and we agreed between us. She asked me if I would go in later, like at tea time, because that was a better time for the shop when it wasn't as busy. So because of this, I lost my temper a bit with him. And I said, I've changed my whole routine, my whole daily routine, my drop-offs, my parcel packing. I've changed it all because you, this shop, asked me to change it. And now you're moaning that I'm coming in at this time. So I said to him, you need to speak to your boss. Oh, that pissed him off, that. I said, and he just went, huh, the boss, like this. I said, you need to go and speak to your boss. Yeah, because I said, I don't care. If you want me to come in the morning, I'll come in the morning. If you want me to come in the evening, I'll come in the evening. But just get it. Tell me what you want me to do. He was grumbling away. I said to him, I've had this agreement with your boss already. So I'll have a word with her. I'll have a word with this sorted out. So anyway, I was nice as pie to the girl who was doing all the scanning with me. I was like, oh yeah, give some out. And then I was, fuck off. Proper annoyed me.
I can't imagine you grumpy with somebody.
He should have been there properly. I was really annoyed because, I'll tell you, because we already had an agreement in place. And you know what happened? He's there saying, oh, we're really busy at this time. We're really busy. He's got his hands on the desk like this. We're really busy at this time. Yeah. Oh, we've got too much to do. So, and he stood there the whole time while this young girl does all the scanning. He stood there like this, really busy, right? So I go out of the shop when I'm finished. I turn the car round because I have to turn around to come back up the road to go home. And as I turn the car around to come back, he stood outside leaning against the shop smoking a fag. So he's bloody busy, isn't he? So answer this question, guys. Have you had any trouble at your Hermes shop when you've gone in with shed loads of parcels? All right?
You're gonna tell the boss on him, aren't you?
I'm going to speak to the boss, yeah.
Gob him in.
No, I'm going to do it in a roundabout way. I'm going to say, is everything all right with me dropping in an evening? Do you want me to change? And I know what she'll say. She'll say, no, everything's fine. I like it. And, we need it in an evening. That's the best time. And then I'll say, oh, right. Yeah, because grumpy old man here says that I can't bring it in an evening.
Catan says, don't get me started on the Hermes drop shop. Both near me are not great. One refused to take it as the storage room was full. The other are moody all the time. Told me once to come earlier. Stu Manager says, Chris, next time you go in the shop, ask the old guy if Snow White is in. See if he gets the reference.
Grumpy.
See, I didn't get that one. James says, drop off anytime. I wouldn't let a shop dictate when I post items.
Well, I do, but they're just a little local, very, very small shop and with limited members of staff. And she just asked me, would it be okay if I came in an evening? So I said, yeah, no problem. Because we'd only just moved here. I didn't want to get people's backs up straight away. So it's not an issue. I had to change my whole routine of a day.
It wasn't an issue.
It wasn't. I moaned a bit at the start, I must admit, because I'd always got used to packaging up late at night, like before going to bed. And then first thing in the morning, I'd go and do the drop off. So I had to change my routines and stuff.
Monkey Fish said the boss might be his wife.
Could be. I hope so. Let's cause a domestic.
Catan says both of them limit the amount you can take in.
Really?
But like you said, they're making money from you.
They make money from it. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a lot, but when you drop in a lot of parcels across the course of a week, and that's just me, it all adds up, doesn't it? I mean, they're probably, I know for a fact they have 2 or 3 other big sellers who drop off a lot of parcels, and then you'll have all the little, 2 or 3 here and there. It must add up, otherwise why bother doing it?
Bills and Moon said you should have filmed it and done a voiceover.
Yeah, I know.
James says he drops off at a petrol station. They always moan they've no space. I don't care, not my problem. They've never refused an item. I know, but they shouldn't be making you feel awkward, should they?
No, they shouldn't.
Like you're causing them a problem.
UPS, a UPS drop-off once refused me. I went in with 2 quite large parcels, but only 2. Back in Manchester, I went in with 2, and he said he didn't have room, so he refused me. So I reported him to UPS, and I said, "These are your shops. that are refusing to take parcels. So, I might have to take
a mean streak.
I might have to take my business elsewhere.
Tori said there's one woman in the post office who's vile. She's extra nice to her. I say do what the business. What was that? Well, he says, I say, do you want the business, mate?
Exactly, yeah. That'll be my next thing. If he grumbles again, I'll say, well, you know what? There's another drop-off that's an equal amount of distance in the opposite direction. I'll go to that in the future.
Reese says, my guy at the post office lets me drop stuff up until he closes at 10. Never had an issue.
It's good when you get... I've had a good relationship with the shop. Don't get me wrong. They're really good. And we're at a point now where I can just walk in, dump the bags and walk out. I don't wait for them to be scanned. I trust them. The staff are really good. They do it in their own time. They do it when they've got a few minutes spare because they've only got a couple of staff in at any time. So, yeah, we've got a good relationship.
JJ says, my Hermes guys are amazing. Think I'm lucky. Always make sure I buy a few things afterwards. You wouldn't do if you were in our shop.
No. Buy local. Oh, is it? This is another matter. You know the old phrase that they all touted about during lockdown? Yeah, buy local. Support local businesses. Buy local. Not round here, you don't. You go to bloody Tesco or you go to Aldi. You don't even want to go to the co-op. Right. Buy local. You know why? Because they rip you off.
Pound a banana.
I went to a shop, right? A little local shop. And I thought, yeah, let's buy local, right? So I picked up, you wanted some bananas, didn't you?
Hermes shop.
It was a Hermes drop-off, actually. Yeah, a bit expensive, but it's a village shop. What do you expect? But you wanted bananas, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I went up with a bunch of bananas. I said, how much for those? £5.
Put it one way, I didn't get my bananas because he come out going, what fucking £5?
£5. 5. I can get 5 bunches of bananas in Tesco for that.
Oh, it's funny.
I might set up a stall next to the shop, go Tesco, buy a load of bananas at £1 a bunch and do them at £3 and make a killing.
C. Jackson says, you can't talk to people like that anymore, Chris, you're famous. Don't forget it, you're supposed to be the pillar of society.
Sod that.
Edwin says, great story, he's going to play you in the Hollywood film version.
Is he taking a piss? Lana says, my Hermes shop is so lovely and helpful. However, our post office is a joke. Yeah. I can believe it, Lana. Peter says, one local Hermes drop-off, don't want to scan. Took another load to another Hermes drop-off and they couldn't be asked to take my parcels. Bloody hell, you don't have much luck there, Peter.
Oh, his local, Dave's local Hermes are giving it up.
Really?
Chocolate says his local drop-off for my Hermes are a lovely family. He enjoys going in and having a bit of banter with them.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. There's a lot of chat about it. So obviously it's an issue, not just Hermes, probably other drop-offs and post office and all sorts.
Coat says, I changed my post office drop-off. The woman was a grumpy old fart.
That's good.
Night's Live, you said about 10 minutes ago that you were going walking the dog because his missus had gone and now it's raining and he can't do it.
Don't be a baby. But don't go walk the dogs now. Wait until after the show at least.
Hey, if you'd have seen the weather I walked Cookie in yesterday, I was back to Welly's waterproof coat and getting absolutely drenched.
Flipping Sloth was made to scan all his parcels himself. Oh, I saw something about that. Yeah, I've not watched that video yet. I need to watch it. See if I can get to the bottom. I'm quite far behind here. There's a lot of chit chat about this.
Well, what's your next subject?
That
we can get people
hang
piled
on.
over.
I'm up to the bananas. £5 for bananas, JJ. I know. I will not pay £5 for bananas. £5? No, it was definitely £5.
Lorraine says he wasn't listening because you're on a rant again.
£1 each, correct, Bill? Absolutely crazy. Shop local, they said. Shop local. Yeah, I will shop local if you fairly price things.
Does that mean Belle's not had a banana for a while? I'll just go buy my own bananas now.
Start a banana delivery, yeah. Make a killing round here, I'm telling you.
Pit Dog said Chris would sell a bunch on eBay for £10.
Why not? Yeah, if the demand's there.
Stu said, did that include a flight to South America to pick them?
Damien says, hi. Was cooking. He's always cooking dinner, isn't he, at this time?
Yeah.
Currently eating. Oh, I hope you're having something nice. Right. Now then, you might have seen. Chris looks like Danny Mills.
Who's Danny Mills?
The footballer. Don't say that. Danny Mills hasn't got no hair. I mean, I know I've got not a lot of hair, but...
And this is with it long and needing cutting.
I know.
Apparently, I look like I've lost more weight. I haven't. I wish I had, but I haven't.
I should have done that, Dave, shouldn't I? I should have said, would you take 4 for the bananas? Like at the boot sales. Right. Now, sorry, Chris. Rob says it's fine. Don't worry about it. I've been compared worse. Now, the title of the show was, do you sell similar or optimize? That's the question. Now, that question, funnily enough, was a poll. It was a survey on YouTube.
Our survey said.
Is it annoying you yet?
Steve just said, so what was the oh no?
Way past it. Way past it.
No, it's being sarcastic.
Oh, right, okay. So I put a poll out. Bollocks, I can't find it. Right. So I put this poll out. Right. Now, think about this very carefully. A really important question. I'm planning on talking about this on Monday's show. Here we are. What do you do with your older eBay listings? So, what I used to do, or I still do it, but what I always used to do, always down south, what I always used to do, what?
Say it without the accent.
What I always do is after 3-4 months of an item being listed, I will end it, tweak it, sell similar, right? To refresh it. Well, that's what I thought was the best thing to do. And what I've been doing it for a long time, that. And I know a lot of us do that. But I asked this question because I watched a podcast, or I listened to a podcast actually, on Spotify. Oh, for fuck's sake. People bidding. I mean, how rude. Listen,
today, aren't you?
I listened to... I'm in a mood now. I'm in a mood. I listened to a podcast, and if you're in the Money Mental group, you might have seen that Lee Matthews, remember Lee Matthews, posted about this really interesting podcast. And it was all about that, you know, optimization of your listings and ending or keeping listings and stuff like that, and SEO optimization and stuff. And it was really, really interesting. And I would suggest that everybody, if you want to try and learn something about this process and what you should and shouldn't do, you should listen to the podcast. So anyway, before I show you that and talk about it, this was my question. What do you do with your older eBay listings, right? So here are the answers. 45% of you, and that includes me, tweak the title, the price, your item specifics, etc., and then sell similar. Yeah, it gives it a new listing. You think to yourself, it refreshes and it keeps your activity on your thing, right? 45%, nearly half of us do that. 27% said they do nothing. They leave their listings alone until they decide they want to remove them. So they just leave them until they either sell or they don't sell. 15% said, I don't end, I optimize. And by optimize, I'm talking about keeping the same listing up, but entering, revising it, changing the price, or maybe changing the title or putting a new keyword in there and making sure you've got your item specifics filled in. That's optimizing. 12% say they put items on auction when it's finished its run. And 1% said other. And I said, if you put other, please comment. So there's a couple of comments on here. People discount, people put in their listings to check their other auctions, keep reducing until it sells, everything sells eventually. I do everything I can to sell the item. I revise the listing, reduce the price, put on auction, a bit of everything, a bit of a mix match. Right, now let me share the screen. I would genuinely recommend that this is worth a listen. So if I share the screen, this might open your eyes to a different way of doing things. So you can listen to it on Spotify if you've got Spotify, but there is other ways you can find this podcast. I think it's on other channels. I found it via the link in the Money Mental group. If you search for Lee Matthews in the group, he posted this link. And it goes to episode 8 of this podcast, which is a seller community podcast. Is it sharing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So episode 8, eBay SEO listing optimization. And they do all different subjects, but on this particular episode, they've got this eBay SEO. So SEO, for anyone who doesn't know, is search engine optimization. So they have this eBay expert, Dave Snyder, from the company ListRankSell.com, and he's considered some expert on, how to get your listings seen the best way. So anyway, I listened to that, and actually, it really opened my eyes to a different way of working. And ever since listening to that, I've not ended an item. So what I've been doing all week is, instead of ending 10 or 15 items every day, I've just been going in and revising and keeping the same listing. I've been going in, I've been checking the title, maybe tweaking the title, moving it around, adding the extra keywords. I've been checking to make sure the item specifics are filled in, really important. And this podcast will make you realize how important the item specifics really are. And maybe switching the photographs around, put a different photograph at number 1. And the biggie, probably the biggest thing, change the price, maybe lower the price a little bit. And then just revising it. Because according to that podcast, that expert on eBay SEO, keeping the same listing and then keeps it searchable. It keeps all its history on Google. It keeps all its history on watchers, views, everything like that. We all know it keeps that if you keep it. And that is worth more than a quick hit when you end it and sell similar. When you end and sell similar, this guy says that, yes, you get a quick hit up the search, but then it goes back down again. So he says, he advises the best way to do it is not to end. Keep your original listing, but optimize it. So that's what I've been doing. So there you go. That's my bit done. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I don't know where we're up to DB turned up, having his dinner. Danny Mills, burger and wedges. Chris has gone all out with clips tonight. I know, sorry. I'm building a new business model. Right, here we go. Bill said he sells similar, change title and price. Sells similar, like what Bill said, Kathy said. Language, it's not past 10.
I don't know if it's me or you he's talking about.
James says, Chris, I've sold listings 1 to 2 years after listing. I guess the auto eBay refresh helps, but I've started recently ending items and relisting with different titles and prices. Fair enough. Damien says, end, sell similar. Yeah. End, sell similar. Change nothing, Bills and Moon says. Dave says, I wouldn't end an item. Okay.
TK, yeah, I don't listen to self-proclaimed experts. I do as little as possible. I've tried it. I've tried it all. Does not make any decreeable difference. Certainly not worth the time.
I don't know. I'm always open to listen to different points of view, and then I'm always open to trying things. That's always the way I've worked it.
Chop chop.
And I'm having a pretty good week, to be honest with you.
Chop chop says I would end all my items, burn the lot, and sell bananas for a $5 a bunch.
Yeah, why not? Bills and Moon said they're going to start tweaking. Night's Life doesn't list anything enough to bother with any of it.
Dave says, what does Annabelle think? Annabelle doesn't think anything. Annabelle leaves Chris to figure it out.
TK says, I agree. I have listings on for 10 years. I've purchase history and it's worth a lot to get Google tracked. Yeah. I think that's the point of it. This guy is saying, and it's worth a listen. Even if you think you know everything, it's worth a listen because it just gets you thinking about why eBay have implemented different things, especially things like item specifics and this might sound stupid, right? The importance of your category. This is something that he mentioned in the podcast. It is absolutely vital when you're listing an item, you get the right category, because sometimes it's like, oh, should that go in TV and movie collectibles, or should it go in action figures? Right? It's really important you get that category right, because if you get it wrong and the majority of items that are similar to yours are listed in the other category, your item will not even appear in search. Sometimes it will get suppressed. So that's another thing that's worth listening to. I know that sounds really obvious, and it should be, but sometimes it's borderline what category you go in. Sometimes you can have 3 categories to put something in. It's like clothing. Do you choose vintage clothing because there's a vintage clothing category that hardly has any item specifics in it? Or do you go with menswear t-shirts? It's really important decision what category you put it in.
Nice. I said he doesn't do any of that because he doesn't do any listing.
Yeah, I know, that's what I just said. Said that. James says it keeps Google history. It doesn't help your eBay search. Yes, but what I'm saying is if you keep the same item number, don't end it, but you're tweaking it, that will help your eBay search. So after 3 months or however long it is you have in your policy, mine is 3 to 4 months. After 3 to 4 months, if you go in and revise it, you change your title or tweak your title, tweak your price, tweak your item specifics, make sure your category is correct. That's really important, like I said. right? That will help your search. That will then bring it back around.
Monkey Fisher says David Snyder, heard of him years ago, knows his stuff. He also named his photos. I also named my photo that has the item, e.g. abc.jpg.
That's interesting. I've had a couple of sales of the stuff I've revised, John. It's too early to say at the moment whether it's having a massive effect, because I've been doing it less than a week. So I think it's too early to say, but I'm keeping an eye on it, because this is what I'm doing. When I'm revising an item, I'm putting in the SKU when I revised it, right? So if something sells, I'll know if it's been one of these that has been revised. And also I'll be able to tell when I need to next revise it. So yeah, just watch this space. I'm going to sort of evaluate maybe after a month and just see how many items have sold after I've done that revision.
Sean says, hello, love your videos, keep it up. I'd like to see you stop in making videos. I'm pretty sure even if you stop being a reseller, you'd still make videos of some content.
What's that, sorry?
Sean said, hello, love your videos, keep it up.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thanks for the comment.
Bill Zamoon said, did he mention how to get listings in Google searches?
Item specifics is your main one for that. Fill in as many item specifics as you can.
Jason says he lists it and leaves it until eBay kicks it off, even though they are GTC. What's that? What's GTC?
Yeah, good to cancel.
Right.
John says, I've always ended sell similar, but we'll try. It's worth a try, John. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it'll work. I reached out to, I thought I'd get the opinion of a couple of people. Who else did I speak to? I messaged, I messaged eBay for Business to ask them what their opinion was. They wouldn't give me a definitive answer. All they did was point me in the direction of their help videos and tech and their help desk and stuff. So that was useless. But I also texted Jason T. Smith, and I asked him, and I know it's America and stuff, but I just thought I'd get an opinion from across the pond. What does he do? He's a long-time eBay seller. And he says he never ends. He never ends an item. He will tweak, he will rephotograph, he will change prices, but he doesn't end and sell similar. He never does. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's interesting to get opinions from people. Yeah, that's true. Promoted listings can get your items popping up on Google as well. James says, got to ask yourself, when you sell an item, do you think the item's found through eBay website search or Google search? I think, isn't there some information on that in the analytics? I can't remember. There might be some information. I don't think it's broken down to individual sales, but a lot of the time when you get a sale and it's a zero feedback person, user, whatever, that's sometimes a guest account, which often comes from Google, because eBay will make them check out as a guest if they don't want to set up an account. Sean says, I've only been doing eBay for 3 months, making an average of 400 a week. Every week I am thinking about handing my notice in work so I can put all my time into eBay. Any advice? If you've only been doing it for 3 months, I would say don't jump just yet. Do part-time, do eBay, do your full-time job, do eBay on the side. Just keep building it. Just keep building, reinvest your money. Don't take any money out for yourself unless you absolutely have to. But I would say don't take any money out for yourself. Just keep reinvesting, keep buying stock, keep listing new items, and just keep building it and building it up. That's what I did. But it's very early days to give your job up after 3 months.
Still doing really well.
Doing well though. 400 a week is good. No, it's good. Good start. And even if you know you're not able to give up your job, it's a great side income. It can boost your income a lot. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, fix it for reselling. It's a good point. Yeah, so there you go. Listen, I'll just share that quickly. In fact, I wonder if we can go. Let's share the screen, and I'll show you how to find this podcast if you want to listen to it. Just have it on in the background when you're listing or something, because I think it's quite useful. And I'm not one of these I'm a bit like tea cakes in the fact that I'm not really too bothered about experts, but I did find that this one made a lot of sense. So if you go to Facebook, and you go to the Money Mental group, anytime today, there we go, thinking about it, and just search. I'm pretty sure, I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning, but he did put it in the group, Lee Matthews in the group. And here it is. He put this here, eBay SEO listing optimization with Dave Snyder. And he's actually written, give it a listen. Dave from List Rank Sell is one of my favorite sites, and he's a very smart guy with a wealth of knowledge. And there's a link there. And when you click the link, it takes you to this Seller Community podcast. And you can listen to it on all these different things. So you've got Breaker, Google Podcasts, Podcast Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, blah, 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 blah. And it's episode 8 specifically. So there you go. Bit of knowledge. It's always worth learning, isn't it? Learning a bit more about what you're doing with your listings and stuff. You all right down there?
Yeah. Just
Am I talking too much?
You're on a rant, so I'm just leaving you to it.
No, it wasn't like a rant. I was just, if I don't say it, I forget what I was going to say.
Fine, just leaving you to it.
Go on, you take the floor for a minute. I need a break.
You sure?
Yeah, go on.
You sure you need a break? I think our audience needs a break. You've just overloaded them with information.
It's serious reselling content.
Going back to, I think it was Leanne who asked ages and ages and ages ago, but when you're kind of on a rant, I just can't get in. Okay. She wants to know where we're up to with our house hunting.
Ooh, good question. Well, we had an offer accepted on a house last week. We've not really broadcasted it because I want to make sure the mortgage application goes through right.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, because obviously with me being self-employed, a little bit more difficult to get a mortgage. So I just want to make sure, keeping my fingers crossed, everything's okay. So yeah, there you go. We're I'm hoping we're gonna move to our own house
in
Torquay. You just told everyone when we're not allowed to tell people where we live. According to you, according to Book of Bell.
Everybody knows we live in Boston.
I know. Now, Torquay, we found a lovely house. Oh, it's so amazing. It's amazing, the house. It's got 11 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms.
We wish. No,
it's a mansion.
I won't want to have to clean it.
No, it's lovely. Really nice. It was one of them where you walk in the door and both of us were like, this could be it.
I'd not, because it's a townhouse, so it's got 3 floors, and I'd not even made it to the top floor to look at the bedrooms and the bathroom, and I was already saying to Chris, can we put an offering on it?
She was whispering to me as I walked around. We went into the garden. She was like, I love it. I want to buy it. I want to buy it. So yeah, we literally, right, it's so hard to buy a house down here. We were the first people to view it, And that's a big leg up down it. If you're fifth in line to view it, you ain't getting that house.
Yeah.
We were first to view it, and before we left the house after following the viewing, we just offered there and then. We just felt like we didn't want anyone else to look at it.
Yeah, it all just fell into place, hadn't it? Perfectly. So yeah, so fingers crossed the mortgage goes through fine, and we can.
That's the bit that I'm really,
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's okay.
Start our next step. So thank you guys. Everyone's saying congratulations, which is lovely. Thank you very much. Has it got lots of room for tat?
Not as much as I would have hoped, but it's got enough.
Yeah. To be fair, if you can make it fit, he's got like one floor of the house.
I've got a whole floor. The ground floor, as you walk in, there's a garage. There's half a garage because it's been partitioned. Then it's got the other half is like a little storage room. And then it's got another room that's currently an office, but I'm just going to use it for storage. So the whole ground area is probably going to be
and the rest
storage.
Of the house is mine.
Apart from an office, office upstairs.
Apart from your office.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Hold your congratulations, because I just want to make sure that mortgage application goes through okay.
Well, it's still good. At least we managed to get it accepted. That's one step further. Dave says he's moving. He's moving to a shop.
Oh.
Is that with your reselling business? Monkeys Rooster said, congratulations. So Airbnb for next holiday. Is it called Faulty Towers? I hope not.
When we came down to Devon, we almost said to ourselves that we didn't want to live in Torquay. We're like, don't want to live here. But the longer we've lived here, the more times we've visited Torquay, actually, we quite like it now, don't we?
Yeah.
Hence the reason why we were looking for a house there.
Yeah.
I hope it's big enough for cycling. I know.
Catan, can I help with the move? I tell you something, we'll take any offers of helping us with the move. I mean, at least when we were back in Manchester, we had other people to lend a hand. We're on our own down here, aren't we?
I'm going to hire a van. I've not even discussed this with Belle yet, but I'm going to hire a van. I'm going to move most of the stuff myself. So anything we can box up and easily move, I'm going to move. But then any of the big stuff, I'm going to either get a helper or get a man a man in a van to come and do the heavy lifting stuff. But if anyone wants to come down here and have a weekend away and help us move house, let me know. In fact, I might have to call on Dave Repairs. Dave, get down here. We'll buy you tea. We'll get you a nice pub lunch and help me move.
Ray says you can't have a house without some stock in the living room. It's a reselling rule. You want to bet, Ray? You want to bet? It's becoming a rule that there's no stock in the living room.
The Blackpool of the South. Actually, I'll have you know, Rob, it's the English Riviera.
We have palm trees.
Have we got a palm tree in the garden?
No. That's the one thing we didn't get.
Damn it.
I did want a palm tree, but we'll have to plant one. We'll have to plant a palm tree.
The problem with you foreigners, people buy second homes down here, so locals don't like it. We're not foreigners anymore.
We're not Grockles anymore.
Yeah, Grockles. Nightlife said he'll come and help move, just pay me in gin.
Oh, I tell you, do you know how many bottles of gin we have in the cupboard, considering we don't drink? About 14.
We've got loads.
We've got about 14 bottles of gin, and that's not including the limoncello, the Aperol Spritz, the vodka. But we don't drink. How did we end up with such a large alcohol cupboard? I remember when I first moved in with you, you had like 2 bottles of like Bacardi. And we've got about 4 bottles of Bacardi in the cupboard at the moment. But we don't touch any of it.
We do. We should have more drinks, shouldn't we?
We should.
I do like having a gin, but we just don't that much. Nightlife's got palm trees.
Well, literally like palm trees in the garden.
Looks like it. Oh, I don't know whether I should predict it, Rob. I don't want to put the jinxers on it. Oh, you know what? it was horrible moving here. It was such a long distance move that probably didn't help. So it might be a bit easier because we can take our time to a certain extent. I can get a van for a couple of days. We can do a bit and then, come back, do another bit, and can do it in bits. But moving down here was horrible. I didn't like doing that.
It's a bit of a difference moving 30 minutes up the road to 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long day.
Oh, apparently Kathy says there's a garden centre near Paynton that sells palm trees. Maybe we should get one.
You should have missed the mad money bit off, though. That means he won't buy me one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you worry, ladies. I've already started. The sofa's not going to match. I don't want any of the furniture. I want a new bed. Chris is already having hot sweats. Are you there?
I know. She wants to know everything.
He just keeps telling me no.
No, we're not doing anything until we move in and decide what we need.
I'm picking up my garden furniture and everything.
Night's Life used to do removals for a living.
Well, get his backside down.
Bloody hell, right. You know what you're doing, Rich. Get down here.
Was Nightlife not following us when we moved from Manchester? Because if so, why are you only telling us now?
No. Get a Luton van. Yeah, I'm going to get a van and we'll do it.
Who's helping you lift it all?
I can lift anything that's boxed. I can quite happily lift that, and some of the furniture I can lift. But it's the big things like sofas, big desks, big glass units and stuff like that. I can't do that on my own.
Bill's and Moon said their neighbour has a palm tree and the bees love it. I don't know what it is, because I'm not a plant person, because I tend to kill things and they don't, rather than grow them. But I just think the palm trees look really nice in the gardens. I'd be happy if I just have a little palm tree. It doesn't have to be a big one.
Well, can I get you one of those little ones that look like palm trees, but they're like mini cactuses? Cacti.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know a cactus?
I know what a cactus is.
Those little things that you in glasses
is.
With stones and stuff in them.
Yeah, but I've never seen one that looks like a palm tree.
Well, you can get ones that look like fake ones that look like palm trees.
So you're basically trying to find me a fake palm tree in a glass.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen.
Ah, Night's Life says my services on. This could be a reseller meetup. Come and help the Hayden shift house. Pile it all into everyone's cars. Good excuse to take their wife for a travel lodge.
Is rubber coming?
Oh God, no! That's staying. That's staying behind. Not coming anywhere near.
It's still in the garden.
Anyway, enough. I don't think. What if something happens now? We've talked about moving and we don't.
Well, it'll be another story for another day, won't it? When we're sat here going, "Yeah, we're not moving."
Yeah, probably. Right, I've got another one of these to do. One more.
Our survey said.
I asked the question, what is your favourite day of the week to go charity shopping? And I didn't really expect any, specific day. But Monday, Tuesday got 17%, Wednesday, Thursday, 12%, Friday, 10%, Saturday, Sunday, only 8%. Surely the weekend would have been the most busiest. And then everyone else, 54%, said any day. So there's no real shockers there. But I thought Monday might have been a good day charity shopping because, restocked lots of donations over the weekend. I don't know. I just thought, you know what, might be good to ask that question and see if anything came out of it. And to be fair, nothing much did really.
Steve said, "You're not leaving." I won't give him the swear word. "You're not leaving rubber anyway, you ungrateful git."
Yeah. We'll leave it to haunt the new owner.
There's probably people sat in there going, "What are they talking about?" For all of you that don't know, Steve kindly posted us a full-size car tire. Along with a DVD, some post-it notes, which were very useful, and a writing pad. So yes, that tyre is now nicknamed Rubber, and he's sat in the back garden with plants hanging out of it.
France 1-1 now. James says any day charity shopping. Yeah, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to the days that you would go charity shopping. Just wanted to see what everyone thought.
I think it's always traditionally been weekend.
Well, you'd think weekend because obviously like that's the day when we get, you know, mind you, as resellers who are self-employed, we can work weekend and we can do what we want basically, can't we? Sorry, Cooks. Look, she's had a haircut.
Yeah. Oh.
She's had her haircut, haven't you, Cooks?
She's been hampering to come and say hello, haven't you?
Look, who's that? Who's that? Look. Who's that? You're such a baby.
Hey. Yeah, I got the clippers out yesterday, so she's she's had half a trim. She still needs her feet doing. Has Catan gone gooey-eyed yet? Catan's normally the first one when Cookie comes into view.
He loves Cookie.
But there we go. But no, I think weekends have always been traditionally like car booting days, because it's not only the people that are buying, it's the people that are selling. And if people work, then they tend to just do car boots. That you do realise you're doing that on camera when people are looking.
She loves
trying
it.
to tongue the dog.
Gives a kiss.
It's disgusting. One of these days she's gonna lick your tongue.
She's not got me yet. DB says Walking Dead is coming to Disney Plus on Friday.
I know, I heard it's been on the radio loads today. Every single episode from the beginning.
Oh, you need to watch it, Damien. It's amazing. I mean, it loses its way a little bit, but stick with it all the way through. Leanne says, I'm going out all day charity shopping tomorrow. Lots of towns. Oh, that's good. And that make a day of it.
We did go into Plymouth, didn't we, at the weekend to look at the charity shop, but
it's useless, isn't it?
I don't think you bought anything, did you?
You know what? Here's a good question. Big towns or your small villages? I'd say small villages anytime. The big towns, they don't seem to get as good donations.
Bill's a moon, I can't unsee that. I have to put up with him doing that all the time. It's gross. Swear to God, one of these days, and I'd have loved for it to have been on the YouTube channel then, where she catches you off guard and licks your tongue.
She's never caught me yet.
And I've told him if she ever does it,
reporting the stream, Dave. So.
He's not allowed to shout
Cookie
at her.
baby.
Hey?
2-1 to France now.
Daddy's not allowed to shout at you if you lick his tongue, is he? Hey? Hey?
Oliver Green says, what date do you want the Steves down, Chris, to move your shit? Oh, thanks for the offer.
To be fair, even if the mortgage goes through, we don't know how long it's going to be, because the people who were buying weren't able to put any offers in until they'd sold. So yeah. They've not even got anywhere yet.
Tori says small villages had some amazing finds. Yeah, I always find when we go to the bigger towns and the cities and stuff, you don't really see. I don't think you see.
Well, we used to go around Manchester and come back with nothing, didn't we?
Yeah, Manchester was useless for charity shops.
Thank you. But when we used to go around like Alderley Edge and the smaller ones.
Yeah, just smaller towns.
With loads of stuff. Even Stalybridge, where I was from.
Yeah.
Stalybridge.
I never really watched The Walking Dead, but spent the day with John Bernthal in the green room at Comic Con with my brother and Brian Blessed. Oh, Christ.
Brian Blessed. Do you know, I didn't even know who Brian Blessed was until we watched that Ricky and thingy one, like the royal family, when they did that tour and they were like going on about Brian Blessed all the time and doing like impressions of him. Still don't know who he is.
No, you must know who he is. Been in lots of stuff. Kathy's went to Cheadle after we went there. So expensive. I don't think Cheadle was too expensive.
I can't even picture Cheadle. Oh, where your Sarah lives?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. I don't know. Many a time we've walked around Cheadle and come away with nothing. Last time we went back to visit, we went round Cheadle and you didn't buy anything.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't seem to buy a lot in the charity shops anymore. They just don't seem to have the stock, or it's too expensive. Just no point. You know what? I'd rather just buy like wholesale online and stuff than go in the charity shops at the minute, because you can spend all day going around them and come out with hardly anything.
Just answering Leanne's message there. Yeah, we're not going to hit ours. The chances of us selling before September to get
very slim.
Is very slim. So we kind of already accepted that.
I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we can get it through before that. What do you call it? Stamp duty change. But we've resigned to not doing it, because then we won't be,
disappointed,
getting all het up about it.
Well, it depends, because 3 months is a quick turnover really for buying a house, and if it takes them a month to buy, then definitely not.
Yeah.
So no deadlines to stop us getting stressed.
Swansea City Centre is unbelievably bad for charity shops. I think I put Plymouth in that. Plymouth was, we went in, what, half a dozen shops maybe?
Yeah, they've got quite a lot.
Nothing. Didn't pick up a damn thing.
I saw quite a few nice things, but I just didn't want to pay the price.
Yeah. Found a pair of Gucci in Oldley Edge.
They were minging.
£80 years ago. I know it is expensive. Bridport is expensive, but some good finds. James says I got a Burberry jacket for £10 at a recent charity shop hunt.
It's a good little find.
Oh, Bamboo Bat lives in Tiverton, Devon. Not a million miles away from us.
Oh, we like it in Tiverton.
No, Tiverton's not more north.
Oh,
You're talking about...
Which is the one we go? I thought that was... No.
You're talking about Tavistock.
Oh, Tavistock.
Yeah,
Tiverton. I was almost right.
Tiverton's the other way, nearer to Exeter.
Ah, right. Okay. See, there's lots of people down in Devon. We could have a...
Nightslash mentioned this before. He said he met his wife in Brixham.
Yeah.
Remember
when
that?
They were 14.
Bloody hell. Right, what's coming up for the channel this week? Right, I've got a video out tomorrow. I've not edited it yet, but I've filmed it today. And basically, I've had a mental weekend. I spent all morning picking and packing stock. I've had loads of sales. A lot of auctions ended. A lot of people got a lot of bloody good bargains on my store at the weekend. But it's stock out the door and it's money in the bank. So can't complain too much. But I made a little video on it today, so that's going to come out tomorrow. There'll be another car boot video out towards the end of the week, maybe Saturday again, or I'm not sure when. And then probably a 10 sales in under 10 minutes as well. So plenty of videos coming out. And that, we are pretty much done for this week. We are pretty much done.
I've only yawned once.
Bloody hell.
I know, it's a miracle.
It is. The Chupa Chups crew. Chupa Chups crew assemble. That's a good one. I knew we started that for a reason.
To be fair, the new house has definitely got a living room and a garden big enough to host a reseller gathering.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Terrify your viewers into never watching again? Get it, Cooks. Get it, Cooks.
Don't move her head.
Get it, Cooks. Get it.
She's gorgeous, aren't you, baby? Oh, where's my gorgeous? Look, when you give her a cuddle, she puts her head into you like that. Isn't that nice? You're such a baby.
All I can say is the dog definitely gets more attention than I do.
You're such a baby. Look how she puts her head in. You're gorgeous.
She's like, come on, guys, just give it up now.
Right. We are done. New house, yes, you've missed it all, Rob. Yeah, well, fingers crossed anyway. We've not got our mortgage agreed just yet, but we're waiting to find out.
You put that in your mouth, you. What is tongue?
Right. That's it. Let's call it a day. Thanks, everybody. We've nearly hit an hour and a half. That's enough for anybody.
Thank you for joining us as always. Have a nice week, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you again soon. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. And we'll see you later. Bye. Don't forget to sub and like.